Awesome, we're live. Good morning, everyone.
Happy Thursday. It's almost
Happy.
the weekend.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a nice sunny day outside.
It's gonna be a sunny day. That's why I'm going to go out today to get some groceries at the supermarket.
Nice.
I'm very excited for fresh air.
Especially because you'll be queuing outside.
Yeah, and I don't mind queuing because I have nowhere to go, nowhere to be,
Yeah.
really. I feel like it's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, and I would prefer to queue than everything be very crowded inside. It's actually quite nice walking around inside with a big trolley, and it's comfortable.
Today I'm going to bring a rolly thing.
The one that you pull.
Yeah, because usually I just bring a shopping bag with me.
Yeah, they're very helpful.
But today, since I'm doing a larger haul, I'm going to have to bring my little car and park it in the front of the store when I go shopping. That's what people do. They park their trolley in the front of the store, and then they just go around.
Yeah.
I never really bring a trolley. Today, well.
That's good. Anyway, shall we introduce ourselves?
Why not?
So I'm David. I'm from Southwest London in England, and Pearl and I teach together in Milano and Montenero in the southern part of Milan for my English school.
And my name is Pearl, and I am from Florida in America. So today you have two accents. Yay.
Yeah.
So two options to hear words.
Yeah, sometimes we find some really strong pronunciation differences, which is always good to compare.
Please say hi in the chat. We enjoy speaking to the students a lot, and it really makes the webinar so much better and more enjoyable for us. So we're not talking to ourselves.
And it gives you guys the opportunity to use the language and get that self-correction or peer correction for free, because these webinars are completely free, which is nice. Cool. Christina, hi. Good to see you. Welcome to our focus today. So yeah, today we are hosting a foreign visitor. Probably not something we will do soon in the future in reality, but fingers crossed we can do this. Or you can be the foreign visitor and one day go on holiday again.
My life in Italy is a foreign visitor.
Me too. Cool. So today, we will be learning how to host a foreign visitor. More looking at the language. We're not going to teach you how to be a host, but we will look at the language when hosting a foreign visitor, making a visitor feel comfortable and showing someone around your city. So all of the language and conversation involved in that.
Okay. Hi, Carlos from Lyon, French student.
Yeah, we get so many French students.
Yeah, I like that we're having more students from the French schools. It's nice.
Yeah, me too. It's really nice. It mixes things up a bit for us because we live in Italy, we teach Italian students, so it's nice to have that fresh take.
I had a French student the other day, and they were teaching us French words.
Perfect. Cool. So our first slide is a nice conversational starter asking about our past experiences. Have you ever hosted a foreign visitor? Have you ever been a foreign visitor hosted by a local? What did they do to make you feel comfortable or uncomfortable? And what makes a good host and what makes a bad host? So guys, start writing your answers in the chat and we will answer the questions in order.
While you were writing, we will answer the questions ourselves. But yes, tell us your experiences. Have you ever hosted a foreign visitor? I have hosted a foreign visitor.
Yeah.
Oh, he was my partner. So does that count? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wasn't American, so.
Yes, I have hosted a foreign visitor.
Perfect. And what was it like? Were they a good visitor? A good guest in your house?
Yes, they were. Well, I'm going to say no from this because he wasn't a typical foreign visitor.
Mm.
So like the standard. So he was special. So I'm gonna say something. So no, I'm gonna say technically no, I haven't hosted a foreign visitor, like a friend.
Okay. I hosted a foreign visitor once when I was young. We did an exchange program at school, and we had a German student stay at our house for 2 weeks. And he was my age. We were both 13 at the time, and it was good fun. His English was very good, so yeah, it was just
Did
like
you
having a
keep in touch
friend.
with him?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. And unfortunately, I didn't visit him in Germany because I changed schools after
Hmm.
after he visited us. So I didn't get to go to Germany.
Oh, do you remember his name?
Uh, Philip, I believe. I can't remember his surname though. I remember his name's Philip. But it was good fun. It was good fun. Uh, have you ever been the foreign visitor hosted by a local?
Yes, but again, the situation wasn't a typical like visiting guest because I was a au pair and I lived with an Italian family. So they hosted me, yes, but I did things that a normal visitor wouldn't do. Like I took care of their children. So obviously, like if you were just visiting someone, you're
Yeah,
not doing, chores.
of course.
But
Cool.
going to a foreign one, yes, I guess I've gone to some Airbnbs and stayed for a few nights, and it was hosted with the owners of the Airbnb were there. So yes, I have been hosted by
Oh yeah, that counts.
in Milan. Yes, they're a very
Perfect.
nice couple.
Were they good hosts?
They were great hosts. They cooked dinner for us. It was wonderful. And it was really good.
Oh, really nice. I love it when Italians cook dinner for me.
It was like a seafood risotto. It was real fancy. It was
Nice.
really nice.
Cool. Carlos has hosted a foreign visitor once. A friend's friend. It was cool. She was nice and she was grateful.
That's
Nice.
important. It's grateful.
That's good. Yeah.
Christina, have you hosted a foreign visitor or have you been? Oh, there you go. If I host another person in my house, I give him or her a cleaner room and buy cook his favorite food. And then I go with him to visit my city. Oh, that's
Perfect.
nice. You cook for your host. That's nice. I don't. Well, I guess I cook for my host. I only cook for my host. And I.
Buy and cook his favorite food. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. When I was hosted by people and I was the foreign visitor, they always ask me, "What's your favorite food? Is there something you don't eat?" So that we make sure we do not cook the food you don't like. So that's always the sign of a good host.
I've only ever been hosted by foreigners in Italy. And wait, yes, hosted in Italy, and the Italians are very warm, and they want you, and they're so eager to show you their culture, and so eager to like cook for you. So they just cook anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and can you imagine the look of horror on their face when I say, "I don't eat tomatoes"?
I'm sure
Because
it was.
every region in Italy, it's important to cook their food, but so often it's got a tomato base or there's tomatoes involved, and so they always get very scared and think, "Oh, what can I cook for this guy if he doesn't eat tomatoes?"
I had the same experience when I first started visiting Italy in the past when I told Italians I didn't drink coffee.
Ooh,
And now I drink coffee, so it's fine. Or now they have adapted to understand some people don't drink coffee. So now it's fine. But in the past, it was an
yeah,
issue. Hi,
cool.
Angela from Bergamo. Good morning.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Nice and early.
And I have been a foreign visitor many times. Where have you been a foreign visitor, Carlos? Where have you been a foreign visitor?
Yeah, I've only been a foreign visitor in Italy, like you, Pearl. So I only understand what
No, I've been a foreign
Italians like.
visitor in London because I stayed with a friend for a week for a weekend.
Ah, cool.
They didn't cook for me, but they made me. Oh, yes, they did.
Cool.
Okay, and they took me around the city for one day, and one day I went by myself. That was fun.
Perfect. Christina, I cook local food, so her tastes Italian food. Oh, we wouldn't use her. I cooked Italian food, so she tasted Italian food. So
Love
she
it.
can taste it. Perfect.
What did they do to make you feel comfortable? Well, they cooked for me, and they provided me with a clean room and towels,
That's good. That's good.
and gave me privacy when I wanted it.
Oh, that's very important. Sometimes you stay with people and there's no privacy,
Oh,
and you think, oh, I need just 5 minutes on my own to prepare myself or have a break.
all right.
Yeah.
And I hosted an American family many years ago in my house. And how was the experience, Angela? Did you like hosting the American family? What were they like? Maybe they were terrible.
Possible, possible. That reminds me as well, we did have an American family stay with us when I was young as well. That was good fun. They were friends of my family.
I think as a group, like in the tour, Americans are very irritating, but like if you talk to them one on one, Americans are very nice and friendly.
I would agree. In the nicest way possible.
Like even for me, when I see other Americans like in a tour group and I hear them, I think, ugh, Americans. But when I like actually talk to like a 2 or 3 of them, not like other teachers, but like other tourists, I'm like, oh no, they're really nice.
Yeah, yeah, I'm the same with English people as well, though, because I think there's just something that you recognize in your own culture that you don't like to see when you're abroad.
I don't know. But I've also been told Americans smile too much.
Okay, is that a negative thing?
I guess.
Okay. Carlos says he was hosted in Sheffield, London, Sydney, Krakow. We did these trips staying in people's homes. That's really cool. So, like a real world tour there, Sydney, London, and Krakow. Nice.
It was a very nice experience. Oh, I'm glad the family was nice.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's a tour guide, and she loves having American tourists because they always tip,
Ah, nice.
and they tip well.
I might try and put my Airbnb room on more American places then.
I mean, I don't think they tip on Airbnb, but like, when she took them around the city in Rome, they would tip after.
Okay. Oh, what was she, a tour guide as well? Or
She's a tour guide.
okay, cool.
I've never really had an uncomfortable experience being hosted.
No, neither have I.
Knock on wood.
Yeah,
I want that.
definitely. Cool. So thinking about that then, what makes a good host and what makes a bad host?
Good. So yeah, tell us in the chat, in your opinion, what characteristics make a good host and what characteristics make a bad host? I prefer to stay in accommodations or hotels. Me too. Now that no, I prefer Airbnb is okay, but if I had to choose between an Airbnb and a hotel, I would choose a hotel.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But sometimes an Airbnb can be more comfortable for the location or the price. We went together to visit our town and many other places on the lake and in the mountains. Nice.
That was wonderful. Well, you were a great host, Angela.
Yeah. I just remembered as well, also, I've been hosted many times in Belgium. In Belgium. Because I go to Belgium quite often. And so yeah, I stay with friends' family there.
I was hosted in Paris too. I'm the worst at remembering the people who hosted.
Me too. The best thing about staying in Belgium is every time we visit, we usually visit around a holiday. So either Christmas or Easter or Halloween. And so when we arrive, there is always a big pile of chocolate on our bed, Belgian chocolate, with the theme of that holiday. So either Halloween, it's full of pumpkins and ghosts, or Christmas, it's full of Santa, and
Yeah.
it's really good.
Carlos, me too, but normally it's more expensive. Yeah, hotel accommodations are normally more expensive, but if they're the same price, I will always go to a hotel.
Me too. Me too.
So I don't bother my host, and I'm free in my room. Yes, I do enjoy that. I feel more free to do what I want in a hotel and
Yeah.
Airbnb. And I'm very paranoid that that there could be hidden cameras in Airbnbs, because I've seen those news segments. Maybe not in Europe, but definitely in America. I've seen them.
Yeah, I feel like America is a bit more strange like that. Like, yeah, it can happen anywhere in the world, and yes, you do need to be careful when you stay in someone else's home. But those, maybe TV in America is more honest about those kind of things.
Or maybe Americans are more perverted and they would do something like that. But I know
Maybe.
some people do have cameras in their house for security to make sure nothing is stolen or stuff like that. But I also know there are perverted people who put cameras in their houses for other reasons.
Of course. Should we move on? So a bad host has cameras in the bedroom to watch you.
Anywhere in general.
Yeah.
And usually I prefer local accommodations at local homes. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because it can be nicer to get a more genuine experience of a country or a culture.
Mm-hmm.
I remember staying in Singapore and staying at one of my mum's colleagues' houses. That was really cool. Really, really cool. So what are some things a host needs to do to prepare before a visitor arrives? So now you need to imagine that you're a host and you have someone staying in your home. What do you do to prepare? We need a nice long list of things here because there's lots of things to prepare.
I mean, the thing is, so a general visitor, not necessarily a foreign visitor, just a general visitor.
Yeah. Yeah, because you want to give the same experience to friends and family.
I had visitors stay at my home in Florida because I have a house there, and they weren't foreign; they were just my friends.
But you still prepare in the same way.
Yeah, or my family from out of town. I'll prepare. Obviously,
Yeah.
clean my house.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, I'm a pretty clean person, so it's not like my house is like extremely dirty. So, like more the bigger details, like maybe I'll dust a little bit more or something.
Oh, that reminds me, when we went to America once as a family in California, we stayed at the friend of a friend. So there was the family that we hosted, and they hosted us in Utah. Great friends, everything was awesome. We stayed with each other all the time. But then we wanted to visit California. They said, we have a friend in California, stay with them. Lovely people, but the house.
Okay, I was waiting for the but.
Yeah, the house was a mess. The house was disorganized. The house was dirty. And they had pets. They had cats and dogs. And me and my brother and my sister have allergies to cats. So it was terrible. After 2 days, we had to say, sorry, we need to cancel our trip and we're going to, I think, San Diego, we said. But we just went to a hotel down the street and stayed in Los Angeles.
See, I think if you have a pet, you have to do a little bit more.
Yeah, you have to be understanding of visitors.
I don't have a pet, so I never really had to do extra work, but I will one day, and I think I will make the adjustments.
So, like we were used to having pets because as a family we had a dog, but one dog. But we weren't used to having cats, and we're allergic to cats, so that was really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Or having a pet could be a great reason to not let people stay at your house if you don't like people staying at your house.
Yeah, you could say, oh yeah, I would love to have you, but My cat.
Allergy is to my cat.
Yeah. Okay, so our list of things to prepare. Oh, Christina, perfect. I prepared a towel, fresh bed, sheets, pillows, and a little kit for soap and shampoo. Ah, perfect. I want to stay with Christina.
Angela, it's
Sounds
good to clean very well the room and bathroom for the guest and to prepare towels and soap. A map of the city is also very nice. Yes, if they are foreign, to give them options of where to go in the city is also really great.
yeah. Also, a map of the city can indicate that you give them freedom to explore and that you won't follow them everywhere they go, which is good. So I like that map of the city. Here it's got clean your house, of course, number one. Prepare a fresh room, bed, or couch with sheets and pillows. Pearl, what is a couch?
A couch is that large, very large chair you sit on in the living room, or a sofa.
Yeah, more commonly known as a sofa. Perfect.
It's common in America to say couch. We don't really use sofa. Well, in Florida, at least, we say sofa, not sofa, couch. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure where this word is used regionally in the UK. I think it might be a little bit northern, but in the south where I'm from, we say sofa, but some people do say couch.
I say couch.
Fresh towels for the guest, an extra toothbrush just in case your guest needs one.
I always have extra toothbrushes because whenever I go to the dentist, they give me a little bag with treats like travel toothpaste or extra toothbrushes. So I just save them and I have extra toothbrushes all over my bathroom.
Perfect. I always forget my toothbrush every time I travel. It's the only thing I always forget. I don't know why, I don't know how, because every time I remember thinking, don't forget it this time. And I have like 4 or 5 travel toothbrushes in my house.
You don't have to bring a toothbrush because I will probably have a spare toothbrush somewhere.
Perfect. I'll remember that. I'll remember. Because I always buy a new travel toothbrush at the airport, wherever I go, because I always remember that I forgot my toothbrush.
Surprised Tom doesn't yell at you or just pack for you.
Oh no, he very much leaves me on my own to pack. which is nice. I have the freedom, but I do forget some things. Make sure you have plenty of food, beverages, and snacks. Of course, it's very important, especially the snacks, because
wine. Make sure you have wine.
Wine, very, very important. When people arrive here, when we are hosting people, we like to have a little aperitivo type thing. So maybe a prosecco or some wine with crisps, salami, prosciutto, cheese.
I've learned so much about hosting by living here in Italy because it's very different than in America.
Yeah, me too. Me too. They're so accommodating here and they put so much into giving to the guests.
If my friends just came to my house and visit, I wouldn't put anything out. I'm like, why are you here?
I'd be like, cool. So the bed, I unfolded the sofa.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, sheets, towels, toothbrush, wine.
I think the most I would do was the friends like, do you want water? And that would be it.
Yeah, me too. Or I'd say, do you want a drink? They ask, what do you have? Water or milk?
Yeah, so I've learned so much by living in Italy, how to be a good host. Right?
Christina says, I have 2 cats and I always inform my friends my house is a cat house. Perfect. My friends, if they want, they are welcome. If they want, they are welcome. Cool.
Mm-hmm. That's good that you inform your friend, Christina. That's very nice.
Yeah, it's important to know that. And final one, an itinerary for sightseeing around town. Perfect. It's always nice to include.
With my friends that come visit me, I am the itinerary. I'm like, what do you want to see?
Yeah, I ask them that as well. Or I make some recommendations, but I don't create a strong list.
My sister came to visit me here. I asked, like, what do you want to see? And she's like, what is there to see in Milan? And I just listed and showed her pictures. Like, okay, I want to see this and this. I'm like, okay, well,
Perfect.
let's go.
Yeah. Also, I have in my spare room, I have the business cards for local restaurants and an ice cream place, so that they know around here where they can go to eat or to get ice cream, things like that. With a good variation, like some traditional Tuscan food, some sushi, because Milan is quite famous for the all-you-can-eat sushi around here.
Yeah.
At least that's what people tell me. Perfect. So here now we are looking for responses. How might you respond to these hospitality phrases? So you need to imagine you are the guest arriving in someone's house. What is your answer to this statement? If someone asks, how was your flight or drive? How was your journey?
I always ask this question whenever someone comes to visit me. Like, how was your flight? How was the drive?
Yeah, it's like always the first question, just to make sure they're okay. How was the flight? How was the drive?
And you're just very standard answer everyone says. Like if they don't answer, I don't really listen because I know what it's going to be. But if they don't use the standard answer, I'm like, why?
Yeah, yeah, and usually there's a long story if it's not the standard answer, so it starts a big conversation.
And people ask me, well, how was your flight? And, standard answer.
Yeah,
Well,
standard.
it depends who's asking me. If it's like a good friend, then I'll like go into detail. If it's just like a new host who I haven't met before, I'm very like standard answer.
Yeah, yeah, and if you do give detail, then it's very much neutral, not too excited, not too depressing.
Yeah, it depends who's asking. How was your flight to drive? I hate driving.
So the answer that they've given here is not too bad. I took a little nap. I took a little nap.
Yeah. Mine's like, it was fine.
Me too. I say, yeah, it's okay.
Nothing bad.
Not too bad.
Nothing exciting. It was fine. Normal.
Yeah, so not too bad is a nice neutral. Yeah, it was okay. It was fine.
Just a crying baby. No.
But what does it mean, nap? What does
I
nap
love
mean?
naps. Naps are my favorite.
Me too. Me too. Especially on like a hot summer's day, it's nice to just take a little nap.
Yeah, it's just a nap. Let's ask. What is a nap? Ah,
We both pushed so. Perfect. Yeah. Tell us, Christina, Angela, Carlos, what is a nap? Do you know?
when I was a child, I didn't like them. I didn't appreciate them when I was a child.
No, me neither.
But as an adult, I find them necessary. Christina says Franciacorta has many sites to visit, to show or to sightsee. Many sites to
Where
visit,
is
show or to yeah. Where is Franciacorta, Christina? In where is that? Me and David are not sure where that is.
But yes, perfect. A nap is a little sleep, maybe 20 minutes, 1 hour.
3 hours for me.
3 hours if you wanted to really relax.
This is a little sleep, usually during the day. Yes.
Yeah.
A nap when you, yes, Raphael, a nap when you go to sleep after lunch. Usually that is when people nap, yes, after lunch. It's like a siesta.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is, the siesta.
Mm-hmm.
So your host asks you, are you hungry?
I do, are you thirsty? I do the drink one. Well, it depends what time they arrive. So if they arrive around noon or 12 p.m., are you hungry?
Yeah.
If they run like 3 in the afternoon, I'm like, are you thirsty?
Yeah, this is why I usually get snacks like crisps or prosciutto or some cheese, so that if they are hungry after traveling, they can have a little but it's not a meal time. There's no lunch, there's no dinner.
No. It's it's good that you offer, because usually even if I am hungry, I'm like, no, I'm fine. To be polite, I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Even,
Do you remember Tom's mum said, you're not supposed to ask, you just give?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
true.
So you just put everything on the table, like there's no conversation, and then people will start eating. But if you ask, they'll probably say no.
Yeah, which is exactly what I did. Like, no, it's fine.
No, I'll starve.
No, don't go out. Portugal is a very famous wine land in Brescia. Oh, so it's not too far from Milan.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
I'd like to visit then. I love wine.
Raffaele, I'm very hungry. I'm very hungry now. No IL. I'm very hungry now. Well, did you have breakfast, Raffaele? I hope so.
Yeah,
There's
get some
Lake
breakfast.
Seo Lake. In the north, there is Val Camonica, where there is an important primitive archaeological site. Wow. We should go to.
Cool.
Oh.
I want to visit Fuengirola.
I've always wanted to visit that lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Lake Sale.
It's a very nice lake. I've always wanted to visit it, but I think a few years ago they had this like not famous, but they had this art exhibit thing where this artist put a bunch of floating walkways on the lake itself, and people could walk on the water.
Cool.
I think it was Lake Iseo. I don't remember, but I think it was that lake.
Cool.
I was living in Italy at the time, but I would have liked to go.
So our response to "Are you hungry?" like me and Pearl were saying, people usually say no. Here it says, "I'm okay right now, although I'll probably will be hungry soon." I probably will be.
Asking me if it's like my sisters or my family, I'm like, yes. If it's like a friend or a new host, I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Perfect.
Sorry. No, I'm fine.
But I do that as well. It's like, no, because you don't want to inconvenience your host. So you say, no, it's okay. I will be hungry at lunch or at dinner. Perfect.
I live in Salerno. I'm 35 years old. I like Salerno. It was a very beautiful city when I went for the day. I was there for like a couple hours. It was a very beautiful city. I like Salerno quite a bit.
Oh, I've not been. But our next question, can I get you something to drink? Can I get you something to drink?
A very common question, and I always answer, no, I'm fine.
It's very polite in our culture to say no.
Yeah. Or ask for the bare minimum, like water. I'm like, yes, water's fine. Even when I go to when we went to the really elegant like shopping stores like Bulgari or like fancy like Louis Vuitton, they ask you, oh, would you like wine? Or I'm like, no, I'm fine.
But then when you walk away, you think, I should have taken it.
Yeah. Or when I go to the hair salon, I go, do you want wine? Right? I'm like, water's fine. Or no, fine. Okay.
No, when I go to the hairdresser back home, at least, not here in Italy, but back home, when they ask me what I want, I always ask, what are you offering, to see what is the best thing I can get. So usually it's tea, coffee, hot chocolate, a warm drink. But one day they said, oh, we have some Prosecco. I was like, yes, please, some Prosecco.
See, the thing is, I can't drink that much because in Florida I have to drive everywhere, so I couldn't be like, when I do my nails, like, oh, do you want wine? I'm like, no, water is fine. I have to drive.
Stop driving. Stop drinking.
Stop drinking.
Cool. Angela's given us a very nice response. Yes, I would like a coffee, please. That's really nice and really polite.
Asking for a coffee is not a huge inconvenience. It's very common to even just offer a coffee. Like, yes, have me a coffee. But in America, I would say, no, because they would have to make it. Like, no, it's fine.
Yeah. Here they've given a very American perhaps response, like you, Pearl. A glass of water would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Glass of water. You can put your things here. It's a nice simple one. They say you can put your things here in your room or where you're sleeping. You just say, thanks. Thanks. Okay. Here are some clean towels for you. What would you say, Pearl?
Thanks.
Thanks. Perfect, of course. Great, thanks. I didn't bring any.
Yeah, I usually don't bring towels.
No, neither do I. There isn't enough space in my suitcase, usually.
Yeah. When host doesn't offer me towels, I think it's very bad. I'm like, how?
Yeah. Where would you like to go tomorrow? Where would you like to go tomorrow? What's a nice response for that one that can work in any city?
I ask them for where they recommend.
Mm-hmm.
It depends who's asking me, but usually I ask, where do you recommend? Or
Perfect. Yeah. Exactly what they said here. Yeah. Where would you recommend? I'll follow your lead.
Christina says there are a lot of tourists, especially German people. There is Torbiere Park Hills, and there are many famous wine companies. Pirlo aperitif, little castles, and ancient Roman streets. Huh, sounds lovely.
I really need to visit this place.
No, we need to travel. Well, too bad we can't travel now. It's a shame.
Yeah, but I'm going to make note of the name Franciacorta. I will remember that. But cool. Final one. Please make yourself at home. Please make yourself at home. Thanks, I will. What does it mean, Pearl? Make yourself at home.
What does make yourself at home mean? It means to make yourself comfortable. Be comfortable, like it is your own home. Like it is your home. Be comfortable, like you are in your own home.
Yeah.
I'd like to visit Thailand. I'd like to visit Thailand. I like Thailand. I visited Thailand when I was very young.
I'd like to visit Thailand as well. Apparently, it's amazing.
Yes, it's very hot, very cheap. If you like spicy food, Thailand is great.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I love Asian food. I love Chinese. I love the Indonesian food when I visited Indonesia, and I love sushi. But I've never tried Thai food, I don't think.
It's great. It's so hot, spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Asia is a very big continent, but every country has very different food.
They do. Like, I love how fresh sushi can be from Japan, and I love all the fried things from China. Yeah.
I'm hungry.
But then China, I think the fried things that I like from China are probably very English versions of Chinese food, actually.
It's not real Chinese food.
Probably, because in England we love fried.
You still haven't come to Chinatown with me.
No, I haven't. I need to.
Come on, I love Chinatown. It's great.
I really need to. But cool. So for the last, we've got 10 minutes. We might get 2 exercises in. But here we need to fill in the gaps to make these complete sentences. We need to make these complete sentences. So we've got A and B for the host and the guest. Host and the guest. So where you like to today? I'm not sure. What would you? Well, the list is long, but you can't miss the Sydney Opera House and Bondi Beach. Which would you like to with? How about Bondi Beach? I would, to save the Sydney Opera House for the good idea, we should definitely tickets.
Good. Angela and Raphael are ready. Angela, would you like to, so where would you like to go today?
Perfect. Where would you like to go today?
And where do you like to doing?
Oh, Raphael, attention here. Because we have like here, it means that this is going to be a different modal verb, because would like is a polite way of saying want. So where do you want to go today? Or where would you like to go today? To keep it more polite.
Christina says, from Milan, you take the train to Brescia, and then you take the Trenino, so cute, Delaval, a little train. The trip is amazing if you arrive to Idolo. Advice. Remember that, David. So, well, you have a
I
car.
remember.
I
I do. I'll probably drive, but a little train sounds nice.
So cute.
Cool. So next one.
So Angela, advice is a noun. Advice is a noun. It's the noun. To advise is the verb.
Perfect. Yeah, it's a very small pronunciation difference in there as well. Advice with a soft s is noun, and advise with a z is the verb. Imagine like a bee going z.
Yeah. Advise, or another word that's a synonym to advise, maybe. Yeah, it's two.
Yeah. Or suggest.
Suggest, yes. Suggest, advise. Good.
Here it's got recommend.
But advise is
Recommend.
fine. Or suggest.
Yeah.
Suggest.
Yeah, they're both the same actually. Well, the list is long, but you can't miss the Sydney Opera House and Bondi Beach. Which would you like to
with? What?
Do you know, Pearl?
No.
No.
Okay. Like to with. Okay, now I know. Sorry.
Cool. Yeah, sometimes just reading it more smoothly, it helps it come out naturally.
It was a difficult fill in the gap on this one because.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a choice of what to put in there, so it could be almost anything or multiple answers. But Angela's got it perfect. Which would you like to start with, or which would you like to begin with?
Good job, Angela. Did not come to my mind ever.
You did better than Pearl, and Pearl is an English teacher.
Like what?
Perfect. But yeah, which would you like to start?
For me, like, where would you like to start?
Yeah. Yeah, where for location, or which is for choice. And if the choice is A or B, the Opera House and Bondi Beach.
I would say, where would you like to start?
Yeah. Where would be more open, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So next one, how about Bondi Beach? I would to save the Sydney Opera House for the
How about Bondi Beach? I didn't go to that beach when I was in Sydney. I only had like a day and a half in Sydney, and then we had to leave. So I didn't have the opportunity to go to Bondi Beach.
The town of Bondi is very nice. It's an interesting beach town, surfer, Australia vibe. But the beach itself is very average.
I went to Byron Bay, and the beach there was very lovely.
Byron Bay is amazing.
I love Byron Bay. It's a town, and I loved it. Yeah. Except when I had to climb up to the lighthouse and the lookout, and I was dying.
Me too.
I was like, this lighthouse is better be worth it. And it was.
It was. Also to say that you've been to the most eastern point of mainland Australia. So.
But walking up through the jungle to get to it.
Yeah. But perfect. Yeah, Angela is correct again. I would like to start with the Sydney Opera House. Sorry, I would like to save the Sydney Opera House for the last. We wouldn't put last in there. A synonym of last?
We could say I would prefer.
Yeah, but isn't last an adjective? So
it is an adjective. So we need a noun.
Yeah.
I want to say it's the opposite of start, but you could say the finish, and it doesn't make sense there.
Opposite of begin?
the last part of a book is called? What is the last part of the book called? It's not the finish.
Definitely not. It
Which is
is the
kind of like a Disney film. It's like a fairy tale.
the end. The end. So you're on the right track, Angela. Yeah, with last, but last is an adjective. And because we have our article here, it means we need to have a noun. Save the Sydney Opera House for the end. The end. So final one then. Good idea. We should definitely tickets. What is the verb for tickets at a tourist attraction?
You know, there's some money we could use for this. Many
Yeah, there
verbs
is a couple.
we can use. There you go. End. There you go. Angela.
And
Bye. We can say bye or bye.
perfect, Raffaele. Bye. Here it's got book.
We can book tickets. We can reserve tickets.
Yeah.
Buy, book, reserve. I never book things when I travel, and I need to.
It's difficult. It's difficult because you don't want to be too restricted in your holiday. So I never book anything, but
Then I miss opportunities. I went to San Francisco when I was 20, and I wanted to see Alcatraz, and I didn't book ahead and didn't know I needed to, and I missed the chance to go to Alcatraz. Yep, to book. Good, Raphael. That also is correct. Book, reserve, buy. But yes,
we could also say get. We should definitely get tickets.
Get tickets. Grab.
But yeah, I know what you mean. You don't want to book too much because then you lose the spontaneity of your holiday. And if you book something for day 3 of your holiday, maybe you are not in the mood to do that activity when you arrive. Or
but usually if a place is only like reservation only, it actually helps me plan my day because I plan around that because I can't change it.
True, that's a good idea.
Yeah, like when I go to Rome and I want to go to the Borghese Gallery, they only do reservation time. So I have to plan my day around it and it makes it a little bit easier.
Okay. I should think of it like that then. Because when I go to New York in September, fingers crossed, I want to go up the Rockefeller Center and I think you need to reserve that. No?
I went to the day of like an hour before and I was like, ticket. I mean, obviously it helps to do it so you don't have to wait in line to buy the ticket. But because you want to go.
Sometimes also it can be cheaper to book in advance.
Yes, or in person because the convenience fee online they charge you, and I'm like, book it in person. It was really fast.
Convenience fee.
At Rockefeller Center in New York, you buy it from a machine, ticket machine.
Okay.
You just walk in, it's a lot of machines, and you just buy a ticket, and you just take the ticket, and you go up the elevator.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Thanks for the advice from a real American.
I went to New York in a while. I need to go back.
Perfect. But cool, guys, we have finished here, actually. It's now 10 to 10. So thank you very much for joining us. This was a nice one. I hope there was some good language in here for you for when you were next hosting or hosted by.
We learned a lot about Franciacorta. Now we can go if you want.
Yeah, thank you so much for that one, Christina. Really nice.
Yeah. Have a good weekend and a good day. Stay home and stay safe.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much, guys. I'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.